Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about just a quick exercise to get us going. These are the uh, drop two voicings for major six diminished scale. So uh, essentially, a major six diminished scale is a major six chord, right? So if we're in C major six diminished scale, it's a C major six, and then so we take all those notes, C, E, G, A, and then we add on top of that the notes from a fully diminished chord starting on the second scale degree. So D, F, A flat, and B. And really what we end up getting is a major scale with the inclusion of a sharp 5. So C, D, E, F, G, G sharp, A, B, C. It's an 8-note scale versus like your basic Ionian is a 7-note scale. Okay, so the drop two voicings, I'll send over a supporting document, but essentially what you want to do is just parallel motion your way. C major, 6, D diminished. Here's another C major 6. This is with the third in the flat, the third in the bass, but all the same notes as a C major 6. F diminished or D diminished, it's the same notes. C major 6 with the 5 in the bass. This is a G sharp diminished, A flat diminished, or D diminished. All the same notes. So this is a C major 6 with the 6 in the bass. And if you recognize this shape, it's actually an A minor 7 chord. And that's exactly right. Essentially, if you take a minor 7 chord and you go to the third, so in this case, A minor 7, the third would be C. C, E, G, A, that's our A minor 6. So they're interchangeable, and we're going to talk about in future lessons the reason why we would want to view it as a major 6 instead of A minor 7. But yeah, so just consider this for now. C major 6 with the 6 in the bottom. Here we have B diminished, and then back to the root. You want to be able to play those starting on the 5th string, right? So go through C major, and then cycle through your circle of fifths. So let's do circle of fourths, right? So a fourth down from C it would be F. So you can start on the root, or you can start closest to where you last left off. So if I'm in the key of F now, the closest C is my root, I can use that as the 5 chord. Or F major 6 with the 5 in the bottom. It's the same shape. And to start off with, it's okay to focus on just the shapes, but we're going to want to definitely get into the intervals that are created by these chords. But to start off with, it's okay to just memorize the shapes. And what's really nice about these scales is that they rely on the diminished chord, and it's the same shape. Right? Any diminished chord in any one of these major 6 or minor 6 diminished, it's going to be the same shape as long as you're on the same string set. Here's the 4. Here's 5. Here's my 3 in the bass. I'm on the 2 chord. Here's my root, the leading tone. 6 in the bass. Sharp 5. 5 in the bass. 4. And really take some time to say that out loud. All right? So that was F. Now if I'm going my cycle of fourths, B flat is next, right? And I'm here on a B flat diminished, which is the 4 of F, but it's the root of B flat. So here's my B flat major 6 with the root in the bass. You want to say that out loud. I'm on a C diminished, 2 in the bass. Here's my 3 in the bass shape, 4, 5 in the bass, sharp 5, 6 in the bass, leading tone. Oops. And continuing on and on. E flat's next. 6 in the bass, root in the bass, 3 in the bass, 5 in the bass. Back to where I started, but let me go down. 4 in the bass, 3 in the bass, 2, 1 in the bass, leading tone, 6 in the bass, sharp 5, 5. There we go. So you want to do that throughout the whole cycle of fourths. Now, if you're really diligent, you'll do all 12 scales, including, like F sharp, G flat, what do we got? B, C flat, those. But at the very least, hit the 7 ones. Hit the what is it? I usually do like D flat instead of C sharp, G flat instead of F sharp. Then I'll go to B, E, and then work my way back around. So that eliminates like 5. So it's up to you, but the more keys that you can think in fluidly, the better it'll be for you. All right, so that's the major 6 diminished scale, chord scale. Drop 2 voicings, and that's starting on the 5th string. Right? Now, if we go up to the 4th string, the shapes are going to change a little bit, and you want to be familiar with those two. So we left off in E flat, right? So let's go, we'll start with E flat. So here's my E flat major 6. Here's my 2. Here's the 3 in the bass. 4. Oops. Wrong shape. It's a 5 in the bass. Sharp 5. 6 in the bass. Leading tone. Root. 6. Right. And do the same thing. Play your major 6 diminished chord scales. Drop 2 voicings starting on the 4th string. You can do the same thing on the 6th string. For now, I'm only going to say work on strings 5 and 4. If you want to do more, you can. But work on 5 and 4 because we're going to use those shapes to get us into drop 3s and drop 2 4s. It's super easy to do, but you do have to have the foundation of those drop 2 voicings. The next thing that you should practice is the minor 6 diminished chord scale. So everything is the same except the 3 is flatted. So if here's my C major 6 chord, I'm just going to flat the 3. So my E becomes E flat. Okay, so I'm just going to move this up. So here's my C, right? Here's the 2. Here's C minor 6 with 3 in the bass, 4. C minor 6 with 5 in the bass. Here's the sharp 5. And here's C minor 6 with the 6 in the bass. And you might recognize the shape. This is a minor 7 flat 5 shape. And that's true. So if you think about a minor 7 flat 5, so in this case, let's say A minor 7 flat 5, A, C, E flat, G. If we go to the 3rd, which is C, and we build a minor 6 scale from that scale degree, or sorry, a minor 6 chord from that scale degree, you would get a minor 6 chord, right? And it's the same notes as the A minor 7 flat 5 notes. It works its way out like that. So it would be C, E flat, G, and then A. So when we're talking about major or minor sixth, the quality, that is the major or the minor portion of that title, modifies the triad, right? So a C major six would be a C major triad, C, E, G, followed by always the major six, right? A C minor six, the minor would modify the triad, so C, E flat, G, minor triad, and it's always going to be A, which is the major six, versus A flat in each one of those instances. So yeah, so just commit those to memory. Let's keep going where we left off. So here is C minor six with 6 in the bottom. Here's the leading tone, the chord built on the leading tone, and then we're back to, right? And you want to play these with as much ease as possible. Oops. And a good exercise, if you wanted to, take the major and then just flat the 3. Find the 3 in the chord. Again, here's my major, flat the 3. Here's the major 6. If I flat the 3, I'm sorry, here's the major 6. If I flat the 3, here's the major 6. If I flat the 3. So they're all the same, except the third is flatted. And sometimes that involves switching which fingers you use to hold down those strings. So don't let that discombobulate you. It does for me sometimes. But that's the major idea. And then you're going to want to do these drop 2 voicings of the minor 6th diminished scale on the 4th string. So if I stick with C, right here, C, I'm going to go backwards. Oops. Here's my leading tone. 6 in the bottom, sharp 5, the 5 in the bottom, or in the bass. Oops, here's the 4. Here's the 3. Is that right? There we go. If I go back up, C minor 6 with the 3 in the bottom, 4, C minor 6 with the 5 in the bottom, the sharp 5, nope, C minor 6 with the 6 in the bottom, C minor 6 with the root in the bottom, here's the diminished built on the 2, C minor 6 with the 3 in the bottom. Oh no, there you go. So get very familiar with those, spend the week and just go up and down. Again, cycle through the circle of fifths with this exercise. Say out loud which scale degree is in the bottom or in the bass. Again, so you got 3 in the root in the bass, 3 in the bass, 5 in the bass, 6 in the bass. Another good way to practice these is just hit all the inversions of the major 6 chord. Right? Maybe skip over the diminished ones. Cool. So there you go. There's your homework. I'll send over. I'll email over the documents. The documents will have the chord diagrams for only the major 6 scale degrees, scale chord, only the major 6 chord scale, and that's both the 5th string and the 4th string drop 2 voicings. And then for the minor 6, it's the same thing, just lower the 3rd a half step. Take some time and figure that out. Use the major 6 scales that help you, and then just lower that one. All right, I'll talk to you next week, dude.